Yes. Hello. What's your name and where'd you come from?
Lexi.
Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Oh, there's a lot of people here today. So my name is Lexi and I'm from Stop Surrogacy Now UK. So I'm going to thank you. I'm going to follow on from what Jan said just a moment ago regarding surrogacy in Ukraine. So as with the COVID pandemic, the Russian invasion has highlighted international commercial surrogacy. And I just wanted to say some numbers here for what's actually been happening in the Ukraine. So what's been reported is that there's 14 UK-based couples who've had embryos implanted into women in the Ukraine, and they're due to give birth by the end of May. There's 15 in Ireland, and there's 24 in Australia. Now that's just what's been reported. These obviously are by no means the total figures. This morning I read about 15 people or couples in Brazil and 5 in Argentina, and another one from Argentina is trying to get to the Ukraine to collect a baby that's been born prematurely by 10 weeks. Okay, so this doesn't even begin to cover the egg harvesting industry in the UK, which is also booming. And there are probably women who have had their ovaries stimulated and will be unable to get treatment and then obviously have their eggs retrieved. So they could be at risk of ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, and all medical treatment will now revert to just emergency treatment. So, you're looking at obviously there's other pregnant women in the Ukraine. What kind of maternity care are they going to get? Surrogacy in the Ukraine is really popular. It's like the international hub for surrogacy across the world, in fact, not just Europe. Their couples have to be heterosexual, they have to prove their infertility, and they need to be able to pay, obviously. It's now you need for both parents to be present, for the paperwork to be in order before you leave the country with the baby. Now, I have no doubt that this situation is going to be used by the pro-surrogacy lobby in the UK to argue for the relaxation of the laws, which is currently what's being proposed under law reform. And we await the draft bill. But it is also, it's already pretty easy in the UK by comparison. You don't have to be heterosexual, you don't have to be in a couple, and commercial surrogacy is currently banned. But the expenses is what is called for surrogacy, and it covers more than folic acid, parking and petrol for appointments, and maternity clothes, because the average is between £12,000 and £20,000. Now, I don't think pregnancy really costs £12,000 to £20,000, so is it just expenses? I think that needs to be looked into. And we shouldn't ignore why the Ukraine is the international surrogacy hub. What is it that's caused that to happen? It's the laws, and it's the position of the women who are there. If they're in poverty, then that's going to be a reason why they go for it. So 2/3 of surrogacy in the Ukraine is illegal. The average payment for a surrogate mother, she would receive around $13,000. That is about 1/5 of the payment that you would receive as an average payment in the US. And it's widely understood that surrogate mothers are living in poverty. Now, with the cost of living in the UK, post-pandemic recovery, unemployment and the ongoing impact of austerity, could the UK become the next international hub for surrogacy? Just going back to Ukraine, just this week I actually read from a journalist called Alison Motluk from Hey Reprotech that this week one clinic implanted 20 embryos. 20. And Russia invaded on Tuesday. Now last week 15 were implanted. So it seems that the COVID pandemic is not stopping the surrogacy industry in Ukraine, and neither is a war. Now, I wrote to the Irish government last week because there's strong connections between Ireland and the Ukraine in terms of surrogacy. And I've asked them to consider all of the issues and not simply prioritise the commissioning parents and their desires as adults, because babies are humans too. We encourage others to write and also connect with us. So please find us on Twitter at Wombs Not For Rent. And that's it for now, really. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Did you want to speak? Go on then, Ben. Yeah.